For more on that, we're joined now by Reid Brody. Thank you for talking to us, Reid. You're former spokesperson for Human Rights Watch, author also of 3 reports on the US mistreatment of prisoners in the war on terror. Amongst your work too is amongst other things, focusing on the prosecutions of Augusto Pinochet in Chile and Hissène Habré. So just before we get into your role in particular, tell us more about the record of Hissène Habré on human rights.
Well, Hissène Habré ruled Chad from 1982 to 1990. He was accused and convicted of thousands of political killings, of systematic torture, of waves of ethnic cleansing. I happened to stumble on the documents of Hissène Habré's political police, the infamous DDS. And these documents showed 1,208 names of people who were killed or who died in prison, and hundreds of documents that were given directly to Hissène Habré about these prisoners. One of the things he was convicted for was sending women as sexual slaves to serve in his army. From the very beginning, he began first in the south of Chad, where there was a rebellion. He started arresting people in the cities and then burned down entire villages in what was called Black September 1984. In 1987, he went after the Hajarai ethnic group, also burning down entire villages. And then after a number of Sakhawa leaders, including the future president Idris Deby, broke from him, he did the same with the Sakhawa, first arresting their leaders and then destroying entire villages. He's believed, according to a Truth Commission, to have killed upwards of 40,000 people.
Well, his past certainly caught up with him, and you had a role in pursuing him for that rather appalling, disgusting and deadly past that he participated in and oversaw. Tell us about that. Tell us about your role in going after him, really, and how that happened.
Well, it came as a result. You mentioned that I worked on the case of Augusto Pinochet, the Chilean leader who was arrested in London on a warrant from a Spanish judge. And when the British House of Lords said that Pinochet did not have immunity, even though he was a former head of state and could be arrested anywhere in the world, I was approached by Chadian human rights activists who said, well, we have somebody here who did a lot worse. And that was in 1999. And I've worked with the victims for 16 years to get this trial. First, he was arrested in Senegal, first in 2000. The president of Senegal refused to prosecute him. The victims did not give up. They went to the United Nations, to the African Union. They filed the case in Belgium, which requested Habré's extradition. Senegal refused extradition. And it wasn't until the election of the current president of Senegal, Macky Sall, that the trial started to move forward with the support of the African Union. The victims really, this was the tenacity and perseverance of victims in going to every step, to every possible forum, until finally in 2013, Senegal and the African Union agreed to create a very special new court, the Extraordinary African Chambers in the courts of Senegal. And for 3 months, Hissène Habré was on trial. He refused to participate. He sat there silently as dozens of victims, people who he personally put in jail, one woman who told that she was raped by Hissène Habré and others, testified he refused to speak, he refused to listen to them. In 2016, he was convicted of crimes against humanity, war crimes, and systematic torture. And to this day, the victims are still fighting to get compensation. Hissène Habré emptied out the Chadian treasury when he left in 1990.
Okay, Reid Brady, unfortunately, we'll have to leave it there. But thank you for taking us back over what is unfortunately quite a grisly record for this man who passed away today, and how international justice and the justice system in Senegal pursued him, and there was justice done for that very deadly record. Thank you for that.